Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of the Good Brain Pod by us at Seed Cap Trade. Today we have a Dow Jones Industrial Average Bearish Expansion idea, which I did actually share well in time for those that were up. Obviously, this is a trade that is not in the usual session of execution, right? I usually only take trades between the London and New York sessions, right? But this is an Asian session trade. And it was not a manual execution, it was actually a sell limit idea. So initially, this is how I shaped the idea, and this is how it played out, and this is how we are currently doing, right? So now I want us to look at something really, really important today. Today is Thursday, right? We have Fed Chair Powell speaking. We have US GDP. We have US initial jobless claims, right? For US GDP, I think that GDP is going to come in a bit soft due to some of or a lot of events during the first quarter of the year. I do feel that the collapse of banks like SVB, sorry, and others would have thrown us off somewhere, somehow, in terms of GDP estimates. Initial jobless claims, as you guys all know, we are still experiencing a bit of a tight labor market, right? Meaning that we are still seeing strength in job numbers, although inflation is going down generally across the board. That is something to worry about, right? And is part of the reason why the Federal Reserve has budgeted for at least 2 more hikes, right? Because we don't know what will happen. Another thing to consider for today, right, are the geopolitical tensions. What we have unfolding between the Kremlin and Prigozhin in Russia, right? That kind of instability worries the markets. It's not good for trading, right? So be really, really, really careful. But I think if you do know what you are doing, right, try and use some of this information to your advantage, right? Try and price in that uncertainty into the marketplace. Try and be part of the pricing in of a tight labor market, right? Have a good trading day, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the only trade of the day. And I do hope you guys are having a smashing week. One thing before I go, this is what I anticipate. Okay, we've consolidated a bit. Okay, we've broken out of the consolidation. We're showing a willingness and ability to go lower, right? This is a zone of clean price action all the way, right? But this is the cleanest point of price action, right? This is what we call an LTA, right? If you look left, let's just do this, right? You can see that there isn't much consolidation in that area. So I actually expect us to continue bearish, tap into this area, come back here, and begin to expand lower. The only thing that worries me is this. It's almost too clean, right? I hope I don't get wigged out before the drop. And even if I do, it doesn't really matter, right? Because I am ready for whatever. On a long-term basis, I am seeing potential bears. Right, but obviously macros have to make sense. Okay, we don't just drop because technically you see a drop. If we do get the expansion lower today, I do think we may break out of the range and see us trade into discount, right? On a longer term basis. Okay, guys, thank you for tuning into the Good Brain Pod. By us.